Yeah, g'day kids, Mr. Nash here. Welcome back to term 2. The following is a quick tutorial on how to do some coding from home. So have a look through this and then have a go at the actual work, see how you go. Alrighty, so coding from home, both year 7 and 8 can do this. So if we were to go into your Google Classrooms, now for now I'm just using 7 Tech 3 as an example. So for both of my year 7 classes, both of my year 8 classes, I have sent you out this stuff. The link will be different for each class, as will the names of you in each class. So for 7 Tech 3, what you're going to do is you'll be clicking on this link, but before we do that, have a look down until you find your name. Let's say I was Jai. I would highlight that, hit Control C for copy, because that's your nickname. It's like a password that you're going to need to get into your particular class for this coding unit of work. So now that I've done that, I'm going to click on the link. That will bring me to this screen. It'll tell me that I'm in 7 Tech 3, so straight away if you see you're in a different class, then there's an issue and you need to let me know about that. When it comes time to put in your nickname, so my nickname was Daryl Nash 8680, click on that's me, and then that will get you into this starting screen. Now if we go over to the left hand side, I want to click on circuits. Then it's going to give me this, try circuits. Click on this, don't click on create new circuit, just go try circuits. Then it's going to come up with this. Now a circuit is basically an electrical system. So it's got an electrical wire that goes down here. It's got an LED, a light emitting diode, a resistor, some more wires, and this is a battery. So basically all I'm going to do here, we've got a list of different components on the right hand side. You don't really need to worry about that at this stage. On this side it shows you what your particular circuit should look like, and then just read. Righto, so click on next. If we go and click on start simulation, which is up here in the top right hand corner, you'll see that the light comes on. If I stop simulation, it goes off. Start the simulation, light comes up, on and off. Okay, so just read what it says, then click on next. Right, so it says congratulations, you've just basically done that. Now I really want you to read through what it says, guys. So we'll go done for that one. Continue. When it comes up now, Arduino, that's basically a circuit board. There's different, Arduino is the brand name, there's different types of brands, but we're going to learn how to use Arduino. When we get back into the classroom, we'll actually pull these out and you can have a go with it in front of you. We're going to have a go at making a traffic light. So traffic light has a red light at the top, orange, or they're going to call it yellow here in the middle, and then green down the bottom. So follow the steps, read through, click on next. All right, so what it basically says here is we go up to this top LED, click on it, and then we can change the color of that to the top one here. If you go over, have a look, boom, boom, the first one is going to be red, so we're going to change that top one to red. The middle one we're going to change to yellow, and the bottom one we're going to change to green. Alrighty, so if we've done that, we can then go and click on start simulation, and you'll see that that will vary between, if I just use my middle button on my mouse, I can toggle in and out, green, yellow, red, and that's doing that automatically as we go through. Okay, if you click on this little button here, that will maximize your screen within the screen. I'll stop that simulation there, click on next. Righto, so you can go through and you can change some of these things. This here is called a resistor. Now if I was to change the resistance basically, if I had a water hose and I squeezed it, it's going to resist the water going through there, so it's not as much water going through, or in terms of power, not as much power going through. So if I was to change that from 200 to 100, you can see these colors actually change, and that's a code within a code itself. If you go into an electrical appliance store and you ask for a 200 ohm resistor, that will be a red, black, then brown little stripe there. You can change that. You can play around with it yourself and see what happens when you change that. Go to done. Alright, so that's that one done. I'm going to race through this and then you can go back and do it at your own pace. The next one that comes up is, believe it or not, this is a piano. So the first thing it says we need to do is add some wires, and you can change the color of these wires. Go and click on positive, drag that up until you get to positive, then click there. Let's change the color of that from green to red. So anywhere that we see a red wire, that's going to be positive. Down the bottom, we're going to go from here down to the negative, and we're going to make that black. So we'll change the color of that to black, and then we can test it. Now if I was just to click on simulator, it gives me a noise. Now each of these here are push buttons, so if I was to click on that, it's going to give me a different tone. So make sure that you've got your sound turned up on your computer, and as you go through, you can actually go through and play some music as you get that. Okay, so that's that one. If we go on to the next, done that. Okay, this one here, we're going to, this is a battery, like a AA battery. Then over here we've got a little wheel. Now if we press on start simulation, you'll see that the wheel starts to turn around. So the battery is creating power, goes across to the motor, and that is traveling around at 5,902 revolutions per minute. Okay, so let's just stop the simulation for the moment. We'll go over, we'll say, okay, well, what does it want me to do? It wants me to actually add a photo resistor, which is this here. So I can click on it, drag that across, and I want to rotate that around. Now there's a couple of ways we can rotate that. We can go up and click on this button here, or you can click R on your keyboard. All right, as it says here, it wants you to have the pins basically facing upwards. Then we're going to delete this red wire, and I'm going to draw another wire that goes between here and here. What color will we make it? Red. And then we're going to do another one from here to here. We're going to make that red as well. Then if I press simulation, you'll see that it turns a lot slower, and I can actually click on this resistor and then move this bar, and you can see that we can change the actual speed that the motor goes at by changing that there. Okay, so if you read through this, it'll tell you some other things that you can do. You can play around with it, etc., etc. Done. Right, that's the lesson completed. So that hopefully is what you'll get through in this particular unit of work. All right, kids, good luck with it. Keep an eye out for your next tutorial and next unit of work to do.